a city being built at a breathtaking pace. Million-dollar properties changing the urban landscape. These are the people selling sunset to Accra. This is Inside Africa. Ghana is a relatively small country that could be said to punch above its weight, culturally, politically, and financially. 2019 marked the 400th anniversary of enslaved Africans being transported from Africa to America. That year, a campaign started in Ghana that encouraged people to visit as well as settle there. It sparked renewed interest in the country, particularly from members of the diaspora. As people have turned their attention to Ghana, interest in the property sector has gone through the roof. This is where these two sisters come in. Raised in London by Ghanaian parents, they are established players in the UK's property market. But after many years of traveling between the two countries, they realized opportunities existed at home and abroad.
I'm very passionate about Ghana. I always have that keen relationship to always be doing something in this country.
I think we always knew that one day we'll be running a business, and it took us time to formulate how we're going to do that in Ghana. I mean, our first business venture was in fashion before, and that was a great insight for us to understand the business dynamics. And then we realised our skill set is in property. I think we both have two different skill sets that really make a perfect combination for what we're doing. Yes? I would agree.
Yeah. You would agree, yeah.
So it's quite, I think for me, I enjoy doing sort of like the sales part, you know, getting the leads and closing the deals.
And I'm more operational. I will just be on the ground doing research, especially for property searches. And then again, pass it on to Anna, she will seal the deal. Happy days.
Yeah. So the communal all residents.
And with that, it's time for Vicky to spring into action and show us the first of many properties that have caught her eye.
This is a 5-bedroom family home located in central Accra, where it has good schools, it has great transport links, and it's close to the airport. So here we have the living room area. So if you follow me, so I can take you upstairs. And again, when you do buy a family home, they do like to have a mezzanine area, which is like a sort of breakout area from the bedrooms, which is like another family space. Many people are coming in from international countries, Europe, America, so they are looking for properties that represent those countries where they've lived, and they want the comfortability also to be here. Security is one element, so a typical development like this comes with 24-hour security, a generator backup. So we have a master bedroom here, and you have floor-to-ceiling windows. Outdoor, again, Ghana's hot. You want somewhere to sit and enjoy. There we have it, a swimming pool. For family, kids can come out here and have private swimming lessons. It's all built into the whole lifestyle as well.
The duo work at breakneck speed, viewing properties, meeting clients, always looking to generate new business.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Anna. They also make sure that they work closely with local realtors and contractors who always seem to have the latest prices at their fingertips.
Yes, so Mary, obviously Cantonments, we're in prime location, Accra.
Yeah.
I think this development has just really added to the area. This one sold for
3.5 million.
3.5
Yeah.
million. Wow. And how many bedrooms is that one?
It's 4 bedrooms, but
bedrooms.
it has, there's a lift. It has a lift.
It has a lift?
Yeah, it has a lift.
Wow. Mary, let's go inside and have a look at it.
Visit over, it's time to move on. There are more properties to see and more people to meet.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Been a while.
Oh, wow. I mean, It's great to see this all completed since the last time we were here.
So
Speak about-
Aura is sold out. We now have Ava, yeah, which is currently under construction at Airport Residential Area.
Okay.
So this is a development of about 45 units,
Okay.
spanning over 12 floors in a very good location. It's about 60% sold already, and we've just started a foundation. So it's doing pretty well as well. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you, Joe. Appreciate your time.
When Joe Leslie Obeng John first came to Ghana, he was working in the drinks business, but he soon came to the conclusion that property might be more profitable. He says it hasn't always been plain sailing.
Thank you so much. Definitely there were challenges because I started developing in Ghana maybe 15 years ago. At that time, one of the major issues was the quality of the workforce. Coming from the UK and a UK background, you have a high expectation of what you want in terms of finishes. And that was something that was lacking within the industry at the time. So we had to spend a lot of time to train our workers to be able to deliver what we now are able to achieve in our developments. And we also had an issue with the general issue of lands in Ghana. I bought a few lands that I lost because the documentation process at the time was quite difficult. We've learned from that now, naturally, and we're in a much better position. So it's important to ensure that whatever you're buying in Ghana, you do your due diligence well, and you have the right team of people leading you, such as Anne and Victoria, who are well established in the market and understand the right places to go, the right legal teams to speak to ensure that you get the best out of whatever you're trying to do. This is one of the bedrooms. We bring everything in terms of sanitary ware from the UK ourselves. We generally have quite a lot of local buyers who are looking for the right investment, as well as a lot of foreign buyers. So I would say we have maybe a 60-40 split currently of local and international buyers. And you've got wonderful views of the Accra skyline. The property market has always done well. It's doing even better now. I would say that with the depreciation of the city and with some of the financial issues globally, a lot of people are finding real estate as a safer option to put their money. You can see there's a lot of development going on in Accra. A lot of cranes. That's the beach, so we're in close proximity to the beach. It's a wonderful location.
When it comes to property in Ghana, these two sisters have plenty to say. Business partners and something of a double act. Victoria is arguably the quiet one. There was perhaps something inevitable about the career she ended up pursuing.
As a child, I didn't realise, when we used to come to Ghana as a child, my mum and dad, they were building their house. And that was quite the norm for Ghanaians to come back to Ghana, build their houses. And I think subconsciously, that was my calling into the property world. And that was when I was about 8. For me, I thought it was fun. For them, it was a nightmare. I guess it was trying to organise builders and contractors to come on site, to finish work on time, and for them to even turn up. So for me, it was watching all of that progress, but not actually digesting the real challenges that they came across, and also raising us as kids and working at the same time.
Subconscious or not, the seed of interest in Ghana's property sector had been planted. It was an interest that was to grow when she saw the possibilities on offer.
We actually came to Ghana and we actually came to see what the whole industry was looking like. We would actually do ground research, we would go into different developers and see what they're doing and what was actually going on over here. And to my surprise, there was amazing properties being built, but sitting empty. You can buy properties in Accra and you can be commanding yields between 8 to 12%. Typically in London, you'd be looking at the 4% margin, maybe 5%, but now it's completely different. But you have good investment margins here.
During her visits to Ghana, much of her time is spent in the passenger seat of cars as she moves from one appointment to another. She says that the city she loves is undergoing massive changes.
Oh, it's changed immensely. To be honest, most of this area, used to be like single dwelling properties. And what's happened is developers have purchased these lands, like you can see right now. They've just built, again, apartments. And previously this used to be just a normal residential house. Houses. It's better organised, but again, we work with reputable developers who have 25 plus years in the game. If you're going to buy from a person per se who's got finances, who just wants to have a go at developing, that's your risk of maybe they may just run out of some finances whilst building. And they don't actually have the experience where these reputable developers we work with have.
While the sisters seem happiest showing off amazing apartments, their acquired knowledge has seen them being asked to take part in conferences, as well as meeting people who will help dictate the future of Ghana's property sector.
We'd also like to say a big thank you to our sponsors tonight.
While many people welcome the property boom, some experts warn that it shouldn't come at the expense of local people.
If you have a high percentage of the people who can afford said properties, not being citizens, it gives you a concern that you are losing your prime area to expatriates or foreigners, and you have to go back and be a backbencher. I think that is not good enough, because there has to be a balance. When you have mixed development, that makes room for all classes of the society. Then we all live together and also move together. That is a better option.
Today, the sisters are on their way to see Anne Bruin, the CEO of property developer Clifton Homes. Her company caters to both locals and expats.
Hi, Anne. Hi.
How are you?
Good to see you. Gosh, it's good to see the Lennox all fully let and you're all sold here now.
Yes, we sold out a couple of years ago now,
Yes.
and then the project was completed in Q3. So we've had people living here now for the last 3-4 months, and it's great to see it come to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, obviously today we can see it's vibrant, it's all occupied. Who generally are the occupants in here?
So we've got a mix of some owner-occupiers and then also a lot of buy-to-let investors who are renting to corporate clients, and then also some leisure rentals, short-term from 1 to 3 months as well.
Anne has been working in Africa for more than a decade. The continent, she believes, offers endless opportunities.
One of the great things about all the apartments here is that you have access to the communal facilities. We were one of the first developers to really bring the apartment concept here into Accra. In particular, open plan layouts, smaller apartments such as one-bed rooms and studios. And at the time, people were quite sceptical of that. But most people, when they buy a property, they have to assess, as I said, quality, price, and location. And we looked at the dynamics that have played out in other capital cities around the world and realised that Accra should be no different, that some people are prepared to compromise on having an apartment rather than a house for all the communal facilities and the accessibility that that brings. In terms of challenges, yes, it's very hard work, but I always think nobody should be surprised by that or scared by that. So one of the challenges we faced was 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of trust in new build developers. There weren't many new build developers that were actually delivering on time or on quality. So people would always prefer to build for themselves. The model was to buy a piece of land and over several years slowly fund your development of your house on that piece of land. What I hope Clifton Homes has been able to do is to increase those trust levels in new build developers.
She says her company has completed work on 8 major projects and shows no signs of slowing down. The West African country of Ghana has lots going for it. Beautiful beaches and a reputation for being a place to relax and have a good time. Property expert Anna Agyekum certainly believes it's a location well worth investing time and energy in.
We know from our own knowledge that buying property in Ghana was really a problem. People were facing dilemmas, not just from not knowing which real estate developers to go to, but even from their own families. You know, it was really a heart-wrenching thing that they would send their hard-earned money and not have that home at the end. And Victoria and I thought, we need to solve this problem. We have the expertise, we have the knowledge. It was almost like a natural progression. When we set up on our own, we started to organically get calls from people saying, oh, you do property, you're Ghanaian. How do we get property in Ghana? And it was like a call to action that we responded to. Now enter the home cinema room. I mean, this is the ultimate for entertainment.
That call to action has seen Anna and her sister Victoria spending more and more time focusing on the Ghanaian property market. Behind every door that opens seems to be yet another luxury lodging.
So Kiana, how are you finding the sales market at the moment in Accra?
I would say that it's steady right now.
Yeah.
I think that right now it is a buyer's market.
Which is so beautiful about Ghana is that it is a moving picture. It is evolving, it is developing at every stage. And those drivers, the diaspora, the middle class Ghanaians, and just the general appetite, the tourism, it's all been pushing these things and people want that lifestyle. I think the big element here is lifestyle change. And you see that in the way the properties are being built, the amenities that people expect. I mean, it's very rare that a new development will be built without a sky pool, without a gym, without, you know, cinema facilities.
But it isn't just finished properties that the sisters are looking at. Models and building sites are also on the agenda.
What we intend to have is all the kitchen cabinets, and we have the washing machines and your fridge. So you get in everything's built in, apart from fridge.
Do you have a concierge area?
Yes, which is where we are.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
While that site is still being developed, other properties they are looking at are ready to move into. Today they're looking at some high-tech and high-end residences.
Wow, so today we're currently at Cantonments, which is prime location in Accra. It's very popular not only with expats, but for professionals and those who want to be in the convenient part to amenities, nightlife and lifestyle. It's a smart homes development.
Hi, Neil. Hi. Thanks for inviting me to your development.
So this is our first smart home development. We built it about 3 years ago. It's fully integrated and automated homes. Everything here is sold out, but this is a show unit that we decided to keep just to show off the technology. We have a main hub that is the heart or the brain of the house.
Yes.
You can also control it from your phone, no matter where you are internationally. So for instance, I can actually encode all of the lights to be controlled right from this panel. This is the bathroom. It's fully integrated. We've got a Bluetooth mirror where you can listen to music, go online, and then you have the master bedroom where it's fully integrated as well with the features. For instance, Alexa, open penthouse window. And then that,
Magic.
you have the ability to change all of the light settings.
Yes.
You can make it red, you can make it blue, red lights.
Red lights,
Very
yes.
interesting. But we really did this to push the needle. I
Okay.
think people love it.
Yes.
It's an integrated home and it gives you a lot of more like complicit ideas when
Yes.
you're actually tuning your house.
Neil Oku was an investment banker in the US before he turned his attention to property.
I had been in banking primarily investment banking on Wall Street for 12 years, and I had gotten too complacent, I think. It was necessary that I make a change, something that would really be a paramount point in my life. And being that my parents were from Ghana, I had seen all the opportunity and all the growth happening. And that's what trajectory-wise I decided to move to Ghana and start different opportunities. Initially, when I devised on the plan to build smart homes, I'd say 99% of everyone I spoke to didn't think that it was a workable model or it would actually happen. And I didn't want to follow a cookie-cutter model. I wanted to actually develop something that hadn't been done. And we went through painstakingly designing with all of the things that could go wrong in mind. And I think that was the effective point of rolling it out. And it's been very, very successful since. All of the developments we've done thus far have been sold out.
Neil is in many ways typical of the new breed of professionals entering the property market. He brings an international perspective to the buildings he is creating. The same could be said of this man, a UK-trained architect who is now making waves in Ghana.
I've been fortunate enough to travel around different parts of the world in terms of the Middle East, Europe, and when you have a personal connection to a place, it just makes the experience even better. For me, the idea of coming home has always been an interest, and I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity after I qualified as an architect to work with a developer here, one of the largest developers in Accra. And for me, at that point, I saw what was happening. I saw the renaissance, the African architecture emerging, becoming it was becoming an exciting time. I sensed it. I think it's important now we try to create adaptable, flexible spaces. You try and maximize the little space that you've got in different ways.
He accepts that this opportunity came with one or two challenges, but thinks that whatever they are, the country more than makes up for.
The culture, the hospitality, the lifestyle, I mean, all of these different things are what contribute to make Accra and Ghana a great place. I think the desire from us to actually try and improve and compete on a global stage in terms of as a city, Accra, and even in terms of architecture itself, I think people are starting to really appreciate our ambition.
Much like the rest of the world, Ghana has in recent years felt the pressure that comes with the global economic slowdown. But the people connected to the property business believe that this West African country remains the perfect place to sell sunshine and a little bit of luxury.